Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of January 18th through the 25th, and we're going to go over all the things that are happening this week in Warframe, including the Prime Resurgences that are currently out, the free Dagath part that you guys are going to be able to get your hands on, and for the Twitch drops, every single week I'm going to pin them at the top of my Twitch chat so you guys can see when and where the drops are happening. So as soon as DE updates us and lets us know, they'll be pinned to my Twitch channel. For now, let's get started. Checking out Bird this week. Shiny Treasures. He's got himself an Amber Archon Shard. Deep Archimedia this week is an Alchemy, Exterminate, and Assassination. Temporal Archimedia is a Defense, Hell Scrub, Tech Rot, and Assassination. Current coda weapons are a Catabalist with Electricity 25%, a HEMA 25.1% Toxin, the Mire 36% Cold, Motivore 29.8% Toxin, the Pox 49.8% electricity, Sporothrix 25% toxin, and the Torxica 26.5% radiation. The 1999 console rewards for April, we were looking at a primary arcane adapter versus an Exilus Warframe adapter blueprint. Then we have a Crimson Archon Shard versus 6,000 Kuva. For May, we're looking at an Omniforma blueprint versus a 3-day resource drop chance booster. The second reward is going to be an Arcane versus 2,000 Kuva. And then for June, we are looking at 3-day mod drop chance booster versus an Aroken Catalyst blueprint. And then we have a Forma blueprint versus an Exilus Warframe adapter. Steelpath Descendia for this week. We are looking at a primary arcane adapter. We have melee Kareen. We have a melee arcane adapter, another melee Kareen, 25 steel essence, 3 times Arcane Concentration, and then finally an Amber Archon Shard. If we check out what's going on for the normal Descendia this week, we have, decent rewards, and then ending with an Amp Arcane Adapter. Checking out the Prime Resurgence, we currently have Haro, Necros, Ivara, Oberon, Valkyr, Saren, Garuda, and Korra, and all the weapons they came with, all the cosmetics they came with. Now would be a really good time to go farm them out. A lot of good weapons here, a lot of good frames here. Definitely worth getting your hands on if you don't have them already. We're going to check out the alerts tab right here. You guys will see that the Dagath Exterminate, this is the first mission that popped out for a Dagath part, which would be the blueprint. It says expires in 30 days, 18 hours. So this week, on January 21st at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have an alert for the chassis pop up. And then each week, they're going to give us the next two, each following weeks, they're going to give us the next 2 parts, and they'll have, in total, they're all going to end on the same day, which is going to be 30 days, 18 hours from now. If we check out the events that are currently happening, we have a Fomorian threat or an Aroken Catalyst right here. We also have Thermia Fractures with 16 hours, 53 minutes left. For the alerts, let's go back and check out, reminder to do the weekly Ayatan treasure hunt for Maru. For invasions, we currently have a Carrick Wraith stock versus a Snipetron Vandal receiver. And I totally missed this. If we go to the incursions today, we have Survival, Mobile Defense, Defense Hive, Survival, and Disruption. As far as the sortie this week, it is a Spy, Exterminate, and Rescue, or that's for today. The Archon Hunt this week is against Amar for a Crimson Archon Shard. That's an Extermination, Disruption, and a Showdown. If we check out what's going on with Nora this week, we have the usual permanent weeklies, plus we have free 1 captured Solaris using a Granum Crown, complete 3 sorties, play Ollie's Crash Course, and complete a race, collect 10 Vom or Foss residue in the Cambion Drift, and then today's daily is eliminate 150 enemies with radiation damage. If we check out what's going on with the store here with Nora, we're going to see that she has Efficient Beams, Bursting Mass, Rejuvenation, Clip Delegation, Rifle Scavenger, Metamorphic Magazine, and Sprint Boost. And of all these, I'd say Rejuvenation and Sprint Boost are probably going to be the 2 easiest ones to sell if you're just looking to make extra platinum. We also have Singularity, Power of 3, Deceptive Bond, and Ambush Optics. Checking out the Steel Pass circuit this week, we have Incarnate adapters for the Bow, Latron, Furus, Furax, and the Strun. And personally, the Latron, excellent. The Furus, kind of fun. And the Strun right here, yeah, pretty decent. I would say, personally, if I had to get these all over again from scratch, I would go Latron first, and I'm going Furus second. If you already have these, though, you can get a Rifle, Pistol, Melee Ribbon, or 20,000 Kuva. And if we check out what's happening on the normal circuit this week, we have options between Garuda, Baruch, and Hildren. Checking out Acrithis this week, we currently have a secondary Outburst, 10 Pathos Clamps, a secondary Arcane Adapter for 25 Pathos Clamps, a melee Riven mod, and a companion weapon Riven mod, both for 20 Pathos Clamps, and we also have a Forma Blueprint for 10 Pathos Clamps. Checking out Teshin in the Steel Path Honors. This week he's got a Veiled Riven Cipher for 20 Steel Essence, and he also has a Rifle Riven mod for 75 Steel Essence. We check out Numbnuts over here and what he's got, and we're looking at a Tenet Ferox, 44.8% cold, a Tenet Grigori, 60% magnetic. That's completely maxed out right there. You might as well just grab this if you don't already have a Tenet Grigori. This is, you have basically 4 days from making this to get this. Absolutely get that. You also have a, wow, Impact, 57% Tenet Livia. This is one more fusion away from being 60% capped out, so probably worth getting this too if you don't have that as well. Then we have a Tenet Exec, cold, 40.6%, and then a Tenet Agendist, 27.6% cold. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimedia and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.